John usually draws the short straw. No.
I'm not sure, but it's a quad meet tomorrow, so it's 4 schools. It's gonna be a long day.
He's done the NESCAC too, just like 2 full days.
NESCAC, yep,
10-hour
February,
days or something.
yep. The Open Championship for wrestling this year, that's usually an 8-10 hour day right there too.
Is that beer?
I will be here this year. Yep. I'm doing it, so.
Well, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. He goes, hey, can you do wrestling? I'm like,
Sure, why not?
why not?
Yep.
I've been broadcasting for a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
Welcome to this presentation of Williams Athletics.
Flipped over to Teal. Teal along the baseline.
Over the left center field fence, and it's 1-0.
On the Northeast Sports Network.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lozelle Gymnasium on the campus of Williams College in Williamstown, Massachusetts, for this dual wrestling meet between the Bantams of Trinity and the Ephs of Williams. I'm Carlton Laird along with Matt Frades, and our producer this evening is Michael Johnson. And we're just about ready to get underway, and Matt, going to be a couple forfeits by Trinity in this one.
It's great for Williams, get a couple of forfeits, especially in the first match of the year. They'll be looking to start out their season 1-0. Williams, led by Coach Scott Honecker, is coming in 0-0 record this year, of course, with a 7-8 record last year, looking to improve with lots of returning starters from last season. Our first match of the day is going to be at 157 pounds between Yo Akiyama of Williams and Kevin Liskawa of Trinity College. So we'll see what they can get going today. Williams, of course, wearing the black singlets with Ephs on the back. Trinity is in the more white singlets on the other side.
And they are the red. Williams is green from the referee's perspective. The two just sort of feeling themselves out here, looking for an opening.
These middleweights tend to be super exciting matches, lots of movement, lots of hand fighting. We'll see if they can get down and maybe get to a double, a single, or even an ankle pick on this. Tie-ups does not seem extremely likely. As I say that, they get into a nice left sideline.
And there's a 2-point takedown for Akiyama. So they're right on the edge of the circle. And now they're out.
Fantastic takedown by Yo. Looked as if he was going to try and go for a front headlock, but is able to spin around for two before they go out of bounds.
And no escape there. Akiyama's building up a little bit of riding time. And now the escape there for a point.
2-1 is the scoreline right now. We'll see after Yo lets him get up off the tough hand fighting. Yo almost got the crab ride in, but Liskawa was able to get out. The score is now 2-1, still in the first period. Gets down to that ankle.
Yes, another
two. Great job, Liskawa. Tried to get a little bit more aggressive there, but Yo with a great counter gets down to the ankle pick and gets around for 2 points. The returning NEWA honorable mention. Strong start to a season, up 4-1 over Trinity.
And he's approaching a minute of riding time. as we're down to the final 20 seconds in this first round. Laskawa trying to scramble out of the ring. Yo keeps a foot in though. Well, the ref will send him back to the center with 6 seconds to go.
I think that's a great move, getting out of bounds there, able to reset. Both wrestlers able to start up their ride again. We'll see if Laskawa is able to get an escape here before the end of the period with just 6 seconds remaining.
And he is not going to be able to. So first period done 4-1 in favor of the wrestler from Williams.
Looks like it's Williams' choice. They're going to take neutral, so we're going to bring this back up with a 4-1 score line. Yo will be trying to get some more points from that neutral position. Been successful so far. He's gotten 2 takedowns, one off a tie-up, one off a great counter to an ankle pick. See if he's able to get some more going now. Great job clearing those feet there from avoiding that ankle pick. Laskawa looks like he's heavy on these single-legged moves, trying to get that in around the outside, but Yo has been doing a great job keeping his feet away, avoiding that.
Just a shade quicker.
That's what it's all about. But early in the season, coaches are going to want to see what their kids are doing in terms of conditioning, in terms of skill right away. Wow,
Laskawa
great takedown.
Goes for the leg and misses, and it costs him 2.
Yo has been looking composed all match. Laskawa seems more aggressive in the neutral position, but it's all these counterattacks just moving around the takedowns, getting these points.
Yo lets him up, makes it 6-2, but he's had such good success with the takedowns. And there's another.
Wow.
He's quite content to trade 2 for 1 at this point. Riding time at 1:45.
Akiyama, the senior, looking to have a strong start to his final campaign as a Williams College EAF, up 8-2 over Kevin Laskawa from Trinity.
Stall warning.
Trying to get that cradle, but great job extending himself in the bottom of Laskawa.
.15 seconds remaining in the second round. 8-2.
Riding time up to about 2.5 minutes now.
And another point for Yo.
Dominant start to this first match of the season for Williams College. The senior has been controlling this.
It's a stall point, wasn't it?
I believe it was in that one. And to start this third period, Laskawa is going to take top, try and get a pin on Yo in order to try and win this match. I think it's a smart move. He hasn't been able to do well in neutral or bottom, so let's see what he can do.
Top, and reversal.
Wow, another 2 for Yo. He brings us up to 11-2. He's going to get more riding time on this. Fantastic move.
And the third point for Laskawa.
Trinity last year had a 2-11 dual meet record, looking to improve on this. Not the best start to their season as we've seen in this match, but just outmatched by Yo Akiyama so far. He's put together a great match for Williams. Coach Scott Honecker of Williams preaching some wisdom as Yo is coming after this. Short time left in this match, up by a lot, but he wants him to keep wrestling hard. Wrestle as if he's down. Early match in the season, get some momentum. Another great takedown by Akiyama.
13-3 now as we're inside a minute in this third period.
Getting a major would be great for the Williams College team points here. But we're getting up to tech fall territory. See what happens. As they head right out of bounds, they're going to bring it back to the middle.
Akiyama able to hold on, so he doesn't even surrender the escape. 3 minutes of riding time. And the final 30 seconds of the match, another escape. 13-4 now.
Trinity bench cheering for their wrestler here. Try and get some points at the end of this. And another takedown from Yo Akiyama brings us up to 15-4 with a comfortable 11-point lead. 5 seconds left in the match, safe to say.
Plus the riding.
Plus the riding time, too. Wow.
So a convincing victory for Yo Akiyama. Gets Williams off to a good start. 16-4 is the final in that one.
Coming up next, we have our 165-pound bout. For Williams, we'll have the senior from Delbarton, New Jersey, Nick Anselmi, taking on Trinity Steven Cerrone, fellow senior out of Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire. Both the senior leaders of this team. This should be a great matchup to see. For those just tuning in, we're in our second bout of the night, our 165-pound matchup. In the last bout, we saw a great win by Williams' Yo Akiyama over Kevin Laskawa from Trinity College. Heavy on the head there, lots of hand fighting. Both get low. They're staying neutral. Wow, Cerrone has a leg in.
And
that's going to be
2 points for Cerrone.
That was a great move there. We saw some great scrambling. Let's see if Anselmi's able to get an escape as Cerrone drops. Wow. Aggressive approach by both wrestlers, not letting this become an easy grappling match on the bottom. Cerrone gets a leg in on that right side. Not too deep yet, though.
Trying to get enough leverage to turn him, but he can't.
And Selmy's a tough wrestler. He's not going to let this become an easy pin.
90 seconds left in the first round.
Riding time for Cerrone here is approaching 1 minute. Looks like Cerrone is getting that left hand behind. And Selmy's able to free that left hand. That's an escape point for Nick Anselmi. We have about 50 seconds left in the period. Over a minute of riding time for Cerrone. Let's see if Anselmi can do some damage in neutral here.
Cerrone is extremely quick.
He's looking strong so far in this match. That was a great job in neutral on the last little go-ahead.
Shoots for the leg, doesn't get it.
Tries to go for the inside trip on Anselmi. Anselmi just able to squeak out.
And still no point. Now,
Wow.
Cerrone, a good move. He gets 2 more.
Absolutely beautiful on the Clemson. Gets around for 2 points.
Looked like Anselmi had a shot at the takedown there and just couldn't maintain control. Or he did. They did give him 2. So it's 3-2. No, all right, now they put it back to 4-1. That's what I thought. I'm going
Confused.
Yeah, well, I was very confused.
The team score right now is currently 4-0 Williams. Williams with a major victory in the first match. Now in the second bout of the night, a 4-1 lead for Trinity.
And Cerrone escapes for another point.
Pressure still mounting from both sides. The hand fighting is legit. They're getting up on the head and a little bit of tie-ups. Selmy tries to sneak in for the inside trip. Cerrone able to stay away. Great job getting in the leg there by Cerrone. Trinity has been looking for these single leg takedowns through both of our bouts tonight, and this is just a great one by Cerrone. See if Anselmi's able to whiz her out of this. So he gets elevated.
Yes, and he gets 2.
Give him 2. Wow. Stays in bounds as well. Plenty of space to spare. We'll see. Moved right out of bounds. Cerrone, our first wrestler of the night coming out of Phillips Exeter. We actually have a couple coming out of Phillips Exeter and Phillips Academy in Andover tonight from both teams. Look, exciting old high school matchups.
Cerrone's coach encouraging him to finish him off.
Has the legs in, and Selmy is not in a great position on bottom here, but he's staying strong, keeping that back away from the ground. The toughness is shown here, but he looks outmatched by Cerrone so far in this match.
10 seconds to go in the period.
Riding time nearing 2 minutes for Cerrone as well.
All right, 2 down, 7-1 now in favor of Cerrone with 3 minutes to go. And Selmy is going to need a
He's going to have to get up quick here.
fall to win this one.
Absolutely. I would be shocked if he comes back on points here. He's going to need a quick turn and a pin.
And just wants to keep it from being a major. Trying to break.
Great hand fighting. Cerrone looking for the outside trip. He's able to bring him back down.
Riding time over 2 minutes.
I think there's no doubt here the toughness that's been shown by both of these wrestlers is fantastic. Anselmi not being turned, Cerrone not letting up that pursuit of Anselmi. Cerrone has just looked like the superior wrestler tonight. Great job on his takedowns, worked well in neutral, has been able to get the legs in when he's on top. It's just a strong performance so far by the senior for Trinity.
Yeah, there were a couple times when Anselmi had a leg and it looked like he was going to be able to score some points, but Cerrone didn't even escape. He just turned it around.
Exactly. It's a great job turning nothing into something for Cerrone multiple times in this match so far.
He's got the leg in again. He's close to turning him, but Anselmi fights it off.
Anselmi's got to make sure he continues to move on bottom, tries to get out of this, doesn't want to give up a major for his team.
Inside of a minute. Anselmi trying to get to his feet, and he does.
Freeze those legs.
It's 7-2.
We'll see, 45 seconds left in the match. We're going to have to see an aggressive approach by Nick Anselmi if he wants to get the win here in the first match of his senior season. But I don't think Cerrone's going to give that up that easily.
No, still nothing. Cerrone's got a hold of the leg.
Possibly go for a Mills here.
Anselmi gets him finally for 2 and then lets him go. This just could be a last minute attempt, but I think a little bit too little too late. 12 seconds to go.
We've seen flashes from Anselmi here, flashes that he's going to have to improve on if he wants to have a great senior season. But looks like he's not going to get this one today as Cerrone flips him over, almost gets the pin, and that's going to be a win for Trinity in this match.
10-4.
That's going to be a major, so our team score will be tied up 4-4 between Williams and Trinity. We'll be moving on to our 174-pound bout. For Williams, we'll be seeing the first year out of Middlesex in Massachusetts, Dante Gutbrod. First career match in a college uniform. He'll be taking on Michael Fernandez, the sophomore for Trinity out of Southwest Miami in Florida. Pardon me. The score is now 4-3. That will be a minor victory.
Yeah, okay.
My apologies there.
That's all right. We'll cut you some slack on that one.
Forgot how to do math for a second.
Well, you know, it's college, man.
I'm a political science guy, I promise. Trying to stay away from calculus as much as possible.
I don't blame you.
Dante, aggressive approach to start his first match. He's going to be hungry for a win, wants to prove that he has earned his spot in this Williams roster. Two young wrestlers here. Fernandez, a sophomore, Gutbrod, a freshman. Should be an exciting one to see.
Well, shooting for the legs. And
he's got to get those legs around, avoid the tie-up here.
He got two.
There you go, first career points for Dante Gutbrod in a Williams uniform. Going to get around, look for a mat return here. Gets him down to the mat with a leg inside as he's trying to get that in.
Fernandez, I think, trying to crawl out of bounds. Does get to his feet and does step out. Got the score of 3 on the board. I think it's 2, isn't it?
Believe it's 2. I didn't see any near foul points or any escapes in that matchup so far.
Well,
should just be 2-0.
Maybe there was a near fall that we missed. Fernandez holds on.
As a wrestler, that's a scary. Whoa!
Gutbrod holds on, and now a reversal.
Have to say, great composure by Gutbrod there as he's being pushed to his back. Still in control, keeps his composure and is able to flip it back over. But Fernandez right after, aggressive and gets that reversal. Looks like he has an arm bar in as well. Gutbrod looking to limp arm out. Great limp arm. That was smooth by the first year.
Riding time now has turned in favor of Fernandez, or is about to turn, excuse me.
Gutbrod looking to flip it over. He's got that leg. A little over 30 seconds left in the first period of this 174-pound bout.
Gutbrod gets his face planted in the mat pretty well, and now the ref will break him up.
Going to call that a deadlock there. No wrestler was making any progress towards getting points, so they're going to reset with Gutbrod on the bottom.
27 seconds left in the first period.
This has made for an exciting match so far.
Gutbrod's got a hold of the foot. Fernandez trying to turn him. And that'll be the end of the first period. 3-2 in favor of Gutbrod.
Close match so far. Important to note, however, that Fernandez does have the edge in riding time, currently at 43 seconds for the match. That could be critical down the stretch and how close this match has been so far.
Fernandez will start up.
Gutbrod has looked close to getting out on bottom multiple times so far in that first period. Grabs the leg of Fernandez as well on that right side. Fernandez looking for a cradle, however, though. He's going to switch it up and go for that leg.
Gutbrod looking for the reversal, but doesn't have it yet.
Fernandez does a great job staying square, keeping those arms out, getting around to the waist. Guprod decides to bail out of that one, keep his back away from the mat. I think that's a smart move by the first year on that. That right arm is trapped, trying to pull him right under. Guprod looking to hand fight with that left arm, pulls it back out to try and make sure he's not going to get flipped.
45 seconds left in the middle period. He's got him on his back.
It's a great tilt right there from Fernandez.
And
4 points.
4-pointer. 6-3 now.
Move by the sophomore. Riding time up over 2 minutes now for Fernandez. That's going to be big. Guprod has got to move if he wants to get this one back. As I say it, Guprod looking to get two. His head is buried between the legs of Fernandez, though. He's going to want to get that out. And it's going to remain no points on that scrum right there as the second period ends.
6-3 in favor of Fernandez. I think there's a little discussion about whether the head was locked maybe, or that argument has fallen on deaf ears. Guprod will start up.
Great job on bottom by the Trinity College wrestler. That's going to be an escape point.
And two more on top of it.
Guprod looks strong to start this match. Let it slip a little bit towards the end here. See if he's able to make a comeback in the last minute. Riding time up over 2 minutes.
He's down 6 points.
Trying to get under that leg, see if he can flip this around.
Guprod escaped the potential fall, but not before giving up 4 points, and that really turned the match at that time. He's got it almost turned.
Wow.
And he's got a 2-point reversal, but that's not going to be enough with 20 seconds to go unless he can turn him. Almost, and then an escape and another reversal.
Guprod, valiant effort at the end there. 2 opportunities for a pin. Trinity College's wrestler able to get out of that mat, out of that pin. Gets a reversal, put himself back up with a comfortable lead.
11-5.
Fantastic match there. Close at the beginning, pulled away at the end, but exciting nonetheless. First match of the career for the freshman Dante Guprod for Williams. We'll be moving into our 184-pound bout now. Pardon me, in that last matchup, we actually saw Steven Cerrone due to some bumping that we were not made aware of the booth upstairs. This matchup will actually be between the freshman William Smith from Alexandria, Virginia, taking on the aforementioned Michael Fernandez, typically a 174-pound wrestler.
Okay. Trinity now with a 6-4 lead. In the meet.
And this will be our 184-pound bout. Despite the loss, Williams still in a comfortable position thus far. They know they have some forfeits coming from the other side, some points to spare, but they want to make sure they start getting some wins now. Fourth bout of the night. First college match for Will Smith. See if he's able to do some damage against the strong Michael Fernandez, the sophomore from Southwest Miami.
Well, as you said, you know, it's good to get a team win, but you also want to see some strong individual performances. Both coaches do.
Trinity will be hungry. They know they're forfeiting some matches, so they need to come out aggressive in the matches that they will be wrestling in. If they want a chance to win this dual meet, they need these wins. Wow. Great job getting in on that high crotch takedown to the left side by Fernandez. But great scrambling so far by Will Smith. Bit of a roll. No points so far, says the referee. And Will Smith gets it for 2. Wow. Looking for a cradle here. Will Smith looking aggressive, trying to flip Fernandez. First college match. Could this be it? First college match, first college pin for the freshman, William Smith. What a match, exciting. Quick scramble at the beginning. Smith able to break free, gets the takedown, gets the cradle, and that's 16 points for the Williams College Eafs.
No, 10.
10 team points.
Because it was 6-4. He picked up 6 for that, though.
He picked up 6.
And that was a really good showing.
Wow, that hopefully is a marker for a great career for Will Smith.
First period.
We'll now be moving into our 197-pound bout. This will be Dylan Milson, the senior wrestler from Durham, North Carolina for Williams College, taking on Evan Frank, the junior wrestler from South Salem, New York for Trinity. Arguably the best mustache in college wrestling, if you're able to see the face of Evan Frank. Check him out on their roster. I'm telling you guys, it is fantastic.
Well, it's No Shave November, too, you know, so. Well, the scoreboard went out, so I think.
We'll have a quick breakage in wrestling right here, but I think this is a great time to talk about the matchup here between Williams and Trinity. The coach for Trinity College, Sebastian Amato, goes by Sebi Amato. This is his 20th year as head coach of Trinity College, but he's coming off a 14-year hiatus. This is his first year back after a long tenure away from the team. Excited to be back with his boys and try to coach this team up back to their winning ways after a 2-11 record in his last season on hiatus. And it looks like we're back.
All right, as Matt said, this is 197. Well, Milson looked like he had him, but they're both out.
No points on that one, but a great aggressive start to this wrestling match.
You know, it's funny how this can be. There's sometimes guys in this weight class are extremely agile and very quick, and other times it's just sort of rumbling, looking for a 2-point, 3-point win, you know, like it can be with the heavyweights sometimes.
Can be one of the most exciting weights in college wrestling at the same time, though. Luckily, it seems like we're getting one of the exciting matches today.
I think so. Well, Frank is listed on the roster at 184, so he's wrestling up.
Evan Frank today. A little bit of space to eat. Weighed in at 186.5 pounds in today's weigh-in. Probably great for him. Had breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Always exciting for a wrestler. Works so hard. Lots of conditioning, weight cutting to try and get down to these weight classes. Wow. It's going to be 2 points for Frank.
Oh, and he's got some back time.
Looking for the headlock
Has he
here.
got him? He does.
Wow. What a pin. That's going to be Evan Frank, the junior for Trinity College, getting a great pin on Dylan Milson. That's going to put Trinity back up in the team score, 12-10. Up next in our heavyweight matchup of the night, Williams will be putting out their third first year of the day. Olamide Adeyeri goes by Larry from Boston Latin School in Boston, Massachusetts.
Larry Adeyeri.
Larry Adeyeri.
Gotta love it.
Taking on John O'Brien, the junior from Phillips Andover. We're seeing a Massachusetts versus Massachusetts matchup today in the heavyweight division. Both of these wrestlers, lighter heavyweights.
Yeah, that's
John
for
O'Brien.
certain.
John O'Brien weighing in at almost 240 pounds. For those who are unaware, you can go up to 285 in this division. Larry, even lighter, 195.
Well, he doesn't look.
195 of pure muscle.
Yeah. Well, and O'Brien doesn't look that heavy either. He doesn't look 240.
God, no. This should be an exciting matchup. Both these wrestlers looking pretty aggressive so far. Lots of hand fighting, lots of movement. Great change from some heavyweight wrestling that you see sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I recall in some of the matches that I've done, nothing there, where we've had two guys at 285.
A little
just
slap
look
boxing
like,
matchup.
Well, yeah. And it just looks like a couple Russian bears.
Doesn't look like it so far.
Not at all.
First college match, as we said before, for Larry Adeyeri, the freshman from Boston Latin School. Put together a great high school career, was in my section. Fantastic wrestler. Excited to see what he does in the college game.
And you never had to wrestle him.
Thank God. He was a little bit heavier than me in high school. Score still 0-0. Has seemed like so far that John O'Brien has put a lot of pressure on Larry coming into his first match here. He's able to bring him out of bounds to almost get takedowns twice so far in the match. Tries to lock up the cradle there. Display of sportsmanship, though, making sure he's not letting Larry get hurt on the gym floor.
Well, the mat's not that soft, but considerably softer than the hardwood of the gym floor.
Absolutely.
Frank shoots the legs and he gets the takedown. Or Brian, I should say, I'm sorry.
For those just tuning in, we are currently in our heavyweight matchup between Olamide Adeyeri, the freshman for Williams College, and John O'Brien, the junior for Trinity. The team score is currently in favor of Trinity, 12-10.
1 minute to go in the first period. Riding time at 30 seconds for O'Brien.
Coach Honecker yelling at his wrestler to try and get a switch in. Looks like Larry's going to try and go for a stand, though. They're going to bring him back to the middle. Seemed like he could have gotten an escape there, pushed out of bounds. Olamide will be heading back to the down position with a little over 30 seconds left in this first period of our heavyweight matchup today. Larry trying to peel those hands off of the top of his head. O'Brien looking for an aggressive approach, keeping Larry's head on the mat. Keep saying it's an aggressive approach. We're in the sport of wrestling. It's an aggressive sport.
Well, there's nothing like putting your forearm on the back of your opponent's head and pushing his face into the mat.
It's a fun time.
Yep.
Ask any wrestler. It's one of their favorites. Winning a match in wrestling is unlike anything in any other sport. Just a one-on-one matchup between you and another guy. Utmost respect, but at the same time, you're just looking to put him on the ground.
It's the end of the first period, 2-0 O'Brien. And it looks like Adieri's choice. He's going to go neutral.
I think that's a smart move. He's been struggling on bottom. He gets into a leg quick. Oh, O'Brien does a great job on the sprawl, not letting Adieri get both of those legs for a double leg takedown.
Just couldn't get the leverage. Adieri stopped to adjust his headgear.
Blast double.
Yeah, and O'Brien just went to get him. 4 points now, 4-0.
Great move by O'Brien there. He saw the opening and he took it. Blast Olamide into the ground towards the outside of the mat. Able to get 2. Adieri's going to have to work some magic here as he tries to get the comeback situation almost halfway through the second period.
Riding time approaching 2 minutes. No, O'Brien almost had him turn for a minute. .40 seconds remaining in the middle period.
Earlier in the match, there was some questioning by the Williams College coaching staff on who they were going to put out at the respective 197 and 285 weight classes. Don't have a true heavy healthy on the team right now. 2 197s, however. They decided to take Olamide and to put him at the heavyweight class, showing trust in the first year to try and get the win over the heavier opponent.
And you just can't get away, so we're down to 6 seconds. Oh, he's almost got him turned, but he's going to run out of time.
Great job getting that far side cradle in. Riding time nearing 3 minutes, currently at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Will bode well for John O'Brien of Trinity. Score is currently 4-0 in favor of the Bantam, with the team score sitting at 12-10 for Trinity.
Well, and even though O'Brien has really dominated this with just a 4-point lead, he's got to be really careful.
Absolutely.
Because it can change in a hurry.
Oh, and could it be changing right now? Olamide gets up, gets the escape point, gets himself in the board for his first college points. You can see the headgear is coming down over his mouth. He's going to get a second to fix it up. We'll be heading back to the neutral position at the middle of the mat. Chance for both wrestlers to get a little bit of a rest as we get into crunch time of this matchup. This is where your conditioning comes into play. The best conditioned wrestlers are the ones who are able to win in period 3.
I think that was a stall point. Though it didn't go up on the board, I thought yeah, there it is now, it's 5-1.
Not the situation where you want to see stalling from Adieri. He's down by 3 points, now down by 4 because of the stall that was awarded to John O'Brien. We've seen glimpses of great neutral wrestling, great bottom wrestling from Adieri. Hopefully he's able to bring that to the rest of his career and maybe the last 55 seconds of the first match of it.
Looks a little bit tired right now, though. Oh, there's a shoot for the leg. Can he hold on? Got to be careful. He doesn't.
Got to get that hand up. He's got to go for the pin, or he's got to let him up and try and get more here. He does not have the time. Maybe he can get near fall points.
30 seconds, 5-3. He's got to try and turn O'Brien. And he can't afford to let him go at this point.
Not enough time to try and get 2 whole takedowns. Especially with how O'Brien's been wrestling. Will Adieri be able to flip him? 10 seconds left in the match. Oh, and O'Brien gets the reversal.
Just as the match ends. So it's going to end up 7-3. And that'll increase the Bantams' lead.
Up to 16-10 with the minor victory there. Pardon me, 15-10.
Yep.
Really bad at my math today.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Gosh. All right, so we've seen the big guys wrestle. Great matchup there between the freshman Adieri and the junior, O'Brien. Now we'll be bringing it back down to our lighter weights for the day. As for Williams, David Ye, the sophomore from Nobles Agrino School in Massachusetts, will be taking the mat at 125. Trinity will be forfeiting this matchup today. Forfeit for Williams. 133, Dietrich Hartman, the senior from Shenendehowa, New York, also taking the forfeit. Big for Williams, brings them up to the lead in the team score, 22-15, with just 2 matches left in the dual meet today. Worth noting that after those 2 matches that we have in our complete varsity dual meet, we will also have 1 exhibition match between wrestlers from both schools before we end our broadcast. Right now, we are moved up to our 141-pound matchup. We have Joseph Rossetti, the junior from Phillips Exeter Academy, another Phillips Exeter graduate, here for Williams, taking on Finn McGovern, the sophomore from Wilton, Connecticut.
And Finn McGovern is also wrestling up from his normal. There's a 2 points there for Ye. McGovern listed at 125. He weighed in at 140 and a half.
Ow.
Ooh, we've got some back points.
Great start to this match by Rossetti. Aggressive approach, gets
Gave
right
him
in for
4
a takedown.
For 6-0 lead.
Great job bumping him forward. Does not want to let McGovern get a great stand here. It's a strong wrestler on both sides. Rossetti's going to have to stay aggressive, make sure he retains control throughout this entire match. Doesn't want to give McGovern an inch. He's going for the flip here. He's turning him. Are those shoulders on the mat? Strong bridge by McGovern. Looks like he's keeping that right shoulder underneath the weight of Rossetti off the mat.
And that's it.
Wow. Joseph Rossetti, first match of his junior campaign. Big pin after being up 6-0 over the sophomore for Trinity, Finn McGovern. McGovern, great job at the end there, keeping the shoulder off the mat, but can only do so much when you have a strong wrestler like that taking you down.
1:23 into the first period, and that'll seal the dual meet victory for the Eefs, but the 2 forfeits certainly factored in.
Absolutely. This has been a great match so far by Trinity. Although the manpower might not be as high as Williams, they just don't have people at those weight classes. They had some great wins today. They wrestled strong, and they'll be looking to continue on the success that they've seen today. Right now, we have our 149-pound matchup, the last varsity match of the night. Nick Stefanelli, the sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii, for Williams College, trying to get his first win of his sophomore campaign, taking on Lucas Kaminsky, the senior from Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Lots of great scrambling so far from both these wrestlers. The score's still 0-0. And that's going to be 2 for Kaminsky.
Excuse me. And he almost had him turned right on the boundary. Rossetti trying to get out, but Kaminsky keeping an arm in.
We were talking a bit earlier about how sometimes those heavyweight matches, they turn into a bit of a slap boxing matchup. I don't think we're going to see that out of 149 pounds.
Not at all.
Some of the most exciting matchups you will see in wrestling. Stefanelli taking the down position after being taken down on the far side of the mat. See if Kaminsky is able to get this last varsity win for his team today to lessen that gap that Williams has made in the team score. Current score of this matchup, 2-0 in favor of Kaminsky from Trinity College. They say it about wrestlers. So much hard work, so much sweat, blood, and tears put in for 6 minutes of glory. But it is a glorious 6 minutes so far for each of these wrestlers today. Had a lot of great matchups.
9.
9 minutes.
See? We're not in high school anymore.
Not in high school anymore. What am I saying?
It's all right. It's a math thing, man. Well, I think we've well established
As
that.
soon as numbers come into play, I just mess it up.
3 threes, yep. And
I'll be here all season. I promise I will remember my numbers next time I'm on the mic for Williams College.
Kaminsky starts up, and Stefanelli almost to his feet.
Gets the weight down. Kaminsky with a strong crab right there. Keeps those legs inside. Seems like it was just the toes in his right foot keeping him aloft there.
Riding time at about 1:40. And an escape.
Wow. Great match so far. Great job by Nick Stefanelli, sophomore, getting the escape there. Brings him down into a front headlock as well, as trying to get these 2 takedown points.
Trailing 2-1.
Brings him under in the tie up there. Could look to Bulldog, could bring it into a front headlock as well, but they're going to call deadlock. They're going to bring it back to the middle. 8 seconds remaining in the period. And the great news is that I actually had the right number for that. 8 seconds left in the period.
All right, that's the first period done. And Kaminsky with a 2-1 lead. An escape will tie it up.
It's a big escape for Williams there. Even though they already have the team score locked up, that doesn't make this match any less important.
Oh, shooting the leg. And Kaminsky able to grab on.
No points awarded yet. Still calling this a neutral position here.
Deadlock again. Stefanelli trying to back out of the circle, and he does, and he avoids giving up any points. 39 seconds left in the middle period.
It's an intelligent move right there by Stefanelli, not letting up any points, but he's got to be careful of the stall warning that could be coming. Saw him back right off of the mat there. Exciting matchup so far between Kaminsky and Stefanelli.
Inside of 20 seconds.
Another scramble.
Oh, he almost had him to his back, does he? No. Still no points. Yep, now he gave him 2 for the takedown.
Right before the end of the second period, Kaminsky out of Trinity College able to get the 2 points. He's going to put himself back up 4-2 as we come into the third period. And our last varsity matchup of the night.
And Kaminsky elects to start down. I think strategy is like to get out and build a 3-point lead.
It's a smart move. Haven't seen too much of Stefanelli on top, though. Could be interesting to see what he's able to do.
Actually, I think I miscalculated the time, too. It's 2 threes and a 2, isn't it?
I think it's 3-2-2, actually.
3-2-2, okay. There we go. So somewhere in between.
7 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
As we have recently found out, 3 + 2 + 2 is.
Yes. And a reversal will make it 6-2.
Strong match from Kaminsky so far. Stefanelli hasn't made it easy, but he's shown his skill today.
I think this was our first wrestling match. That's right. We're working out the bugs just like the wrestlers are.
This is my first college match. High school, it's 2-2-2 for our time periods.
And we're in the final minute of this dual meet. We still have an exhibition match coming.
As we have 2 minutes in riding time for Kaminsky. About 45 seconds left remaining in the bout.
Mm, 20 seconds remaining.
Seems like Kaminsky will get the win here unless Stefanelli can work some magic. But Kaminsky has seemed in control so far.
5 seconds to go, and Kaminsky is going to win this one. 6-2.
With the riding time, final score of the matchup will be 7-2 in favor of Kaminsky. That's going to make it a minor victory. To have the final team score of the varsity matchup today, 28-18 in favor of Williams College. Williams will move to 1-0 on the season, with Trinity falling to 0-1.
Well, and the matches that were actually wrestled were pretty even.
Absolutely.
You know, there's some positives on both sides here.
Unfortunate for Trinity that they don't have the manpower. Would have been an extremely close matchup if they were able to wrestle those 2 forfeits that they had. But from both sides, we saw some great wrestling. Definitely things to work on, but we're early on in the season, and I'm sure we'll see improved upon by both teams.
No question. You're absolutely right. It would have been very interesting had we wrestled those 2 matches. It's 10 points, the difference in the final score, but
could have been a manageable comeback for Trinity there.
Yeah.
Trinity had the lead before we got into the forfeits as well.
all right, we have one exhibition match. Well, or maybe we don't. They told us we were going to have an exhibition match, but it appears we are not. All right, well, first meet of the year goes to the Eafs over Trinity. And yep, everybody has left the building. Elvis has left the building, so that we're just going to wrap this one up. So, as I said, bright spots for both teams. Both teams obviously have some special wrestlers, and
should make for an exciting season in the New England wrestling circuit.
I think you're absolutely right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at LaSalle Gymnasium on the campus of Williams College in Williamstown, Mass. For my partner Matt Frades and our producer Michael Johnson, I'm Carlton Lair. The final score once again is Williams 28 and Trinity 18. So long, everybody. This is the Northeast Sports Network.